The past does not shout, it whispers. Here in Cambodia, those whispers move through the land like a gentle breeze, carrying stories older than the stones of Angkor Wat. These are the legends of the Khmers, a living library of cultural memory passed down not in books, but in the rhythm of life itself. For generations, these myths and spiritual beliefs have been the invisible threads connecting people to the land, to the temples that rise from the jungle, and to the ancestral spirits who are said to still watch over them. Every river bend has a story. Every ancient tree, a secret. Storytelling here was never just entertainment. It was a way of recording history, of understanding the world when written records were for kings and monks. These tales are the people's history, a vessel carrying wisdom across the sea of time. In villages and monasteries, the voice of the past was kept alive by the elders, the monks, and the artists. They would speak of the Naga, the serpent deities who guarded the waters, or the epic battles between gods and giants that explained the very creation of the world. These weren't fantastical bedtime stories. They were lessons in morality, guides for living in harmony with nature, and explanations for the powerful, unseen forces that shape our existence. A storm wasn't just weather. It could be the anger of a sky spirit. A sudden fortune wasn't just luck. It was a blessing from a grateful ancestor. The legends provided a framework for life, a way of navigating a world where the spiritual and the physical were deeply intertwined. Today, you might think those ancient voices have faded, drowned out by the noise of the modern world. But listen closely. A new generation is learning to hear those whispers again, not as relics of a forgotten time, but as sources of inspiration. Young Cambodian filmmakers are turning epic myths into cinematic adventures. Digital artists are reimagining ancient deities with a modern aesthetic. Musicians are blending traditional melodies with contemporary beats. Through film, art, and digital media, these ancient stories are being rediscovered and retold. They are reframing the old tales, exploring themes of identity, resilience, and change through a contemporary lens. And in doing so, they are proving that tradition doesn't have to be static to be authentic. It can evolve, adapt, and find new ways to speak to the heart of a new generation. The stories are the same, but the language they are told in is changing, becoming a bridge between the world of their grandparents and the world they inhabit today. This isn't just happening in galleries or on movie screens. The legends are still woven quietly into the fabric of everyday life. You see it in the small spirit houses that stand outside homes and businesses, where daily offerings of incense and food are made to appease the guardian spirits of the land. You feel it in the deep-seated respect for the unseen, a subtle force that shapes daily behavior and interactions. A family might consult a seer before a wedding, not just for tradition, but out of a genuine belief in the cosmic balance. A driver might honk their horn when passing a certain bend in the road, a small act to acknowledge the local spirit said to reside there. It's a quiet dance between the modern and the mystical. A world where you can check your social media on a smartphone and then leave a lotus bud as an offering at a centuries-old shrine. The myths are not confined to the past. They are lived in the present, a silent, steady undercurrent in the river of modern Cambodian life. What does it mean for a story to survive for 1,000 years? It means it has the power to connect us to something larger than ourselves. These legends are a bridge, linking the past, present, and future in an unbroken chain of memory. They remind us where we came from, help us understand who we are, and offer clues as to where we might be going. In a world that is changing faster than ever, the act of telling and listening to these stories becomes an act of cultural survival. It is a declaration that some things are too precious to be forgotten. The whispers of the Khmers continue, passed from one heart to another, a timeless echo that will endure as long as there is someone left to listen. For an ancient legend never truly dies. It simply waits for new eyes to see it, and a new voice to give it life again. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you are moved by these stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the soul of culture.